everybody, this is Commander Ramsey with another video on World of Warships. This video, I continue my German battleship series with the Tier 10 Tech Tree battleship, Preussen. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. But nonetheless, I've equipped this particular ship build for the best tanking capability, and the reason why is I'm trying to get some campaign progress on Yamamoto, and that means going for some special rewards at battle level 5, I believe it is, in the campaign. But nonetheless, I digress. Gonna head off here into the A-cap and join my other friendlies over there. Fortunately, I am top tiered in this game, tiers 8 through 10. Usually I don't have that kind of luck, but nonetheless. The battleship has a spotter plane. I've equipped it with that in mind. She does not have a secondary build, even though her secondaries are good out to about 10 kilometers. The ship comes equipped with the 8 guns, I believe 450, 457 millimeter, somewhere in that ballpark. She took the place of the GFK, which is now a premium ship, and I have that ship as well. And I'll be doing an updated video on that ship in the near future. But I wanted to showcase the Preussen and to see how she performed. I've got her accuracy on her main guns as good as I can get her, and we'll see how she does. Usually I start out with HE rounds from a distance, as I find a lot of times you get a lot of ricochets at distance with the AP shells, and you just get a lot of wasted volleys. So here I attempt to set some fires early on. We'll see how it goes. We do not have any submarines in this battle, which is kind of rare. Here you see the enemy DD is getting pushed out of the cap zone fairly quick by some of our ships. We're taking a fairly strong position on the A-cap, which usually the enemy team will go to the left in battle and choose, in this case, the A-cap, and they've already got looks like about 5, maybe 6 ships over there. But we've been successful in pushing out their destroyer. Fortunately, we have the USS Black here. Praise Jebus, I think that Praise Jebus, that's his name. Early on I start getting hit over here to my left side, and I can't figure out where it's coming from because the mini-map is not showing any ships in that sector, so the enemy ship is undetected. So I take a little bit of a risk here and keep on my current path, but I do slow down to try to throw off the enemy ship, and you can see his volley hit up closer to the beginning of my bow. I did get a fire started. Now I'm switching over to AP, thinking I may get a shot here on an enemy BB battleship. I think that's the Bismarck. I did not go with my typical, oh yeah, by the way, there's the enemy German battleship that popped up briefly. He also switched to HE, it looks like. He wasn't having too much luck on his AP shells. The Schleifen, I believe, that was after me there, but he tucked behind the mountains or islands there, and he doesn't have much of a shot yet. I'm over here with my friendlies. We're positioning a strong front here on the A-cap, knowing that the The black there, as well as my friendly cruiser here, has the ACAP pretty well spotted. I'm going to move in a little closer. Try to get behind this island a little bit so I'm not so subject to citadel shots from my left side. You can see the Schleifen is taken off a path over all the way over to CCAP, which I found quite unusual why he went that far, but nonetheless that's his choice. We've got another enemy BB here that's made his appearance. I believe that's the Vladi, as I call it. I have trouble pronouncing words these days because of my neurological disease, so I apologize for that. Slowly moving into the cap here, not using my hydro yet. Fortunately, the black and the Cleveland here has set up a good position to spot the cap, so I'm saving my hydro. And I know the enemy Kronstadt does not have torpedoes, so I'm not too worried about him. But I do see an enemy BB battleship here off in the horizon, so I try to get off a good volley toward him. The Heisen did get one penetration on him. Most of my volleys, the main battery dispersion seems pretty good, but there's a few that seem quite wonky. You just never know with the... I noticed he slowed down, so I pulled my shells back closer to him. And I moved the last shot even closer to him with less distance. Did get a penetration there on that, and another penetration. Not a lot of damage though. He's a Tier 9 battleship. He and I trade volleys back and forth here, keeping my bow pointed in front to the other two ships. So got the Bismarck and the Vladi out there, and of course, all right, the Bismarck just went down. We're making a little progress here, but the battle does get tighter. The score does get back closer to neutral here very quickly. You can never underestimate the enemy team, or in your own case, your own team. Looks like over on the CCAP, our guys have took out a position up farther to the northeast. Still, for the longest time, nobody was contesting the B-cap, but now you can see there it's starting to turn red, which that's not a good sign. And you can see the score starting to shift. I find myself a little bit out farther than I wanted to up front. I don't want to be leading the push. So you see I start to call for assistance here from USS Black. I have that ship. It's a great little destroyer. It actually has radar. And I'm asking for his assistance to head into the B-cap, because going in there just with hydro might be suicide in this large battleship. Vladi is still on my right side, making me a little nervous because he has large guns, 402 or 406 millimeter, I believe. Nonetheless, they're 16-inch guns. Russian guns, mind you, with very good dispersion. So it's become clear at this battle at this point that we are depending on the group I'm in to take the lead, because our other two ships up in the northeast corner have taken up a defensive posture. I think they got overrun, including their CV. Notice how close he is in there. It's pretty brave. Alright, the Heisen's continuing to pester me here and continuing to take shots at him. Now all of a sudden we've got one destroyer, two destroyers that have popped up in the B-cap, which is now a real challenge. Our Black is in trouble. He did radar, just as I hope he would, and get those guys spotted. Notice our friendlies are coming around on the north central part of the B cap, which is going to be helpful for me. Kind of put the squeeze on the guys. Now I see I'm in pretty good trouble here. There's 2 destroyers in there, and my black has went down. I start to slow down immediately. I've got my hydro activated, which is now spotted. See the Tier 9, and he's unloaded a bunch of torpedoes. Notice what I do here. I duck into the USS Black hull here and ram into it for protection. This is an old classic maneuver of using dead ships in the water to protect yourself. I angle the best I can. Believe it or not, I didn't take 1 torpedo. I was a little bit lucky there, but I used the USS Black to my defense, which saved me considerably. Now I go to work on the Benson, which I take him out, sound the horn of celebration. You notice the enemy destroyer there. He was calling me lucky, but he said good job. That's an old maneuver I've used in the past, and I would encourage you to use it. That's the only thing you could do in that situation. So worked out well for me this time. Doesn't always. I notice that happens a lot to me when I'm playing CVs, and it aggravates me to no end because I can't get a good torpedo drop on some of the enemy ships because they duck behind a carcass, as we call it, and it prevents them from taking the full onslaught of our torpedoes. Alright, the game has shifted. We're starting to try to take the lead. We're trying to take the B cap now. Friendly ships have come in, which the Moskva does a great job here helping me out, leading the charge. Notice the Heisen is still over there. He's coming in more of an attack position now, so I'll start trying to get some AP shells on him. Trained my secondary guns on the other enemy ship there, but he's hiding behind the island. Take a little damage there from the Heisen as I try to quickly get around. Unload another volley on the Heisen. Try to duck into some smoke here, but those days are gone. You don't get to hide in smoke if you're a battleship anymore very good. My friendlies take out the cruiser. I get a couple secondary hits on him. Activate my heal. I've maxed out my heal production, so I'm getting good production from it. And I'll show you those ship build here after the battle. It's worked out well. I do take quite a bit of damage. I was going for a 2.5 million potential HP to get my campaign award, but I didn't quite even get in the ballpark. I didn't break 2 million. You got to be in the right position for that, and the battle's got to last a while. And this did not occur, and I blame that primarily on the islands. This map has unbelievable amount of islands, like you're doing battle in the middle of an old extinct volcano, so you don't get to take a lot of damage, and you don't get to create a lot of damage. Get a pretty good hit there on the Heisen. I got a 10,000 hit on him just a minute ago. Now I start to back up, noticing that we've taken the lead barely, and the game is close. But the Vladdy is going to go down here, and that's going to put all the ships off to the southeast and east. There's that 10,000 volley. Hit a superstructure pretty good. So I start to back up here with a strategy of to try to get over these pesky islands, because the Heisen doesn't have much health left. He's put in a good battle against me, so my salute to him. The defender. eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Getting a pretty good score. Did help capture the B cap in an exciting time there. Always reward your team when they're doing good. Everybody likes that. There's enough negativity in the game. Nobody wants to hear all the whining and complaining. Even though sometimes I get a little sore under the collar myself. Alright, I'm backing up here to try to get some shots on the German cruiser, the Aegir. But he does a smart maneuver and tucks in behind the island quickly. So even with my spotter, I can see him, but I can't get off a good shot. But I noticed my friendly Moskva is setting himself up. He has to be careful. The Aegir has torpedoes. But the Moskva, if it has a weakness, that's probably it. So I start to focus on the Petro here. He's cruising over here, probably not paying attention to me. I'm trying to get my aim right. A little disoriented here. There we go. So getting in position where I get to a low spot on the mountain here and get off a good volley on him. I think I can get him. It's looking good. Yes, I did get him. I sound the horn of victory on that. So now our score is taking a commanding lead. Wish the team well. They did a great job. The enemy team did well too. They just kind of lost control. And our movement from the A to the B cap kind of put the hurt on them. Particularly the maneuver by the USS Black helping me, and that helped me to help the team as well. So, plus our guys coming around from the north side put the squeeze on any hope they had on the B cap. Here the Aegir is moving swiftly into. I thought he was going to ram, but then I thought no, he has torpedoes. He's probably going to ram our Richelieu. So I tried to put myself here as they go up the canal. If he does torpedo the Richelieu, he's going to make a left-hand turn. So I put myself in position to take him out just in case. But the Richelieu does finish him off, and we score well in the battle. Very good game. Pretty strong score on my part. At least I broke 100,000. Didn't manage a cap. Notice I didn't get a lot of secondary hits because I built this ship for main battery and tankiness to try to get my campaign medal there. Alright, did get close quarters expert and took 2 ships down, came in with 1,600 base XP, not too bad. Not the best in the world, but I'll take it. Did compliment the Iowa Tier 9 coming in there at the top with over 2,200 XP. And you see the destroyers didn't put a lot of the destroyer didn't put a lot of damage on him, or the Petro. Most of my damage was on the Heisen and that back and forth volley. Only got 1.7 million potential damage, so I didn't quite meet my goal. But I did get good commander XP. Always try to get that. I've got my bonus flag set up for that. 28,000 commander XP. We'll take a look over here at the ship build for the Preussen. First of all, look at the equipment. It is different. Beefed up my secondaries and AA. Took the damage control mod and also took the aiming system mod and the damage control system mod too, and also the ship consumables mod 1. And I left alone the gunfire system mod. Pretty typical signal flags here, and the hydro to boost its longevity out to 145 seconds. Kept the spotter plane because my accuracy in my main battery, I want to be able to shoot distance. There you can see my economic bonuses. This is Gunther Luchens. I've got him where I want him now. You can see he comes with some extra reinforcement of the turret and protection of the superstructure. I hope you enjoyed the game. This is a series I'm doing on German battleships in the month of March, and it was quite enjoyable. I've still got a few more ships to do. Look forward to that. Hearty salute to you. Have fun in World of Warships, and may God bless you. It's Commander Ramsey.